Congratulations on finding this secret video here on the internet. It's very, very simple. The message that I'm getting across in this video is do not listen to anything that celebrities want you to think. Do not listen to the opinions that celebrities want you to feel. Don't listen to celebrities at all. Don't listen to celebrities because they're trying to convince you that they are human. All celebrities are known to be reptilian shapeshifters. It's a known fact that celebrities are, in fact, not real human. So, this is a public service announcement, essentially. I want everybody who's watching this video to do the public a service and get mad at a celebrity for trying to tell you what to think. Do the public a service and get outraged at a celebrity of your choice and just get mad at them for having an opinion. Get mad at them because they're rich, they're on TV, and they're famous for doing nothing. Let Tom Cruise have his career as Tom Cruise in his house in the mountains, and he makes really good movies and all that stuff. That's all well and good. But Mr. Tom Cruise, we do not give a shit what you think at all. We're actually angry at you for coming down from your mountain, from coming down from your high horse and telling us what to think, Mr. Tom Cruise. Who do you think you are, Mr. Tom Cruise? Who do you think you are, Mr. Insert Celebrity? Insert Mr. Celebrity here or Mrs. Celebrity here. No matter who they are, you're not anything to us as the public. I'm speaking for the public here, that we get actually really angry at you, Mr. Celebrity, and we don't support you anymore if you tell us what you think. Unless you're literally sacrificing your celebrity status in order to do some public good, shut up. If it makes you money and you're a celebrity and it involves the life of the average person, shut up. If you're a celebrity and you don't have to worry about paying for your food, if you're Jimmy Kimmel, I'm going to leave Tom Cruise alone because at least Tom Cruise makes good movies. Tom Cruise, we still don't want to hear your opinion. Tom Cruise, shut up. Like, we still don't want to hear Tom Cruise's opinion, of course. We all know this. But Jimmy Kimmel, I had a special bone to pick with Jimmy Kimmel because I'd actually like to be friends with Tom Cruise at some point in my life. I would be friends with Tom Cruise. I like Tom Cruise. I still don't want your opinion given to the public because it's dangerous and nobody cares. But come on. You got to think about this for a second. Mr. Tom Cruise, we don't give a shit. All right, but we're gonna leave you alone. But Jimmy Kimmel, come on, man. Jimmy Kimmel's job is literally to not have to worry about where his next meal comes from. And he's a lapdog of the legacy media who push lies and fear porn on the public on a day-to-day basis. And then Jimmy Kimmel has the audacity to come out and try to speak to the public and try to talk to working people and try to have an opinion, a dangerous opinion at that, because whatever Jimmy Kimmel says, he doesn't have to answer for. You or me or an average person has to worry about speaking their mind to some extent because you don't want to get your boss angry and you don't want to get fired. But Jimmy Kimmel is given this status to have an opinion, to be a mouthpiece of these disgusting ideas, these just disgusting low vibrational ideas and these concepts that are intellectually vapid and these opinions on the world that are completely they're not even from a person who's a user of these systems that he's commenting on. Like, how could Jimmy Kimmel have an opinion on what goes on at a grocery store when Jimmy Kimmel never has to visit a grocery store? How could Jimmy Kimmel have an opinion on what it's like to be a taxpayer or what it's like to try to feed your family when Jimmy Kimmel's not even a human being? Jimmy Kimmel is not a human being. He's literally not a person. He's a fake AI generated fucking talking head. How many of you have even seen Jimmy Kimmel in person? The dude, it does not exist. Jimmy Kimmel, the comedian, has been dead for freaking 6 years. And the guy that you see on TV is a fucking Avatar, The Last Airbender, James Cameron fucking CGI rendering. He's not even a real guy. Same thing with Stephen Colbert. Bro, they fucking, the real Stephen Colbert that you used to watch on Comedy Central is in the gulag somewhere. Bro, they fucking, dude, they got rid of all the celebrities a long, long time ago. All the celebrities who would have said anything at all, anything important, have either been replaced, or the sellout celebrities have all had their voice amplified to the point where they block out any of the other celebrities who might have anything worthwhile to say. And then there's the celebrities who make it their brand to say the things that are uncomfortable to say, that are quote unquote banned topics. But we don't even want to hear what the fuck those people have to say for the most part. Yeah, those people are profiteers of fear porn, just the same way Fox News are profiteers of the same exact vapid, intellectually freaking barren concepts that shouldn't be given any sort of, it shouldn't be taken seriously by thinking people, first of all. That's my general idea here. So this is your permission slip. Get mad and go into the comment section of some celebrity. Next time you see an opinion trying to be given, trying to see a celebrity trying to give an opinion, call them out and get other people in the comments to take the funding away from these celebrities. We don't want to see freaking, I don't care what fucking Marilyn Manson thinks. I don't want Marilyn Manson's opinion on anything. I want Marilyn Manson to shut up and stop making music too. No, actually, I like Marilyn Manson's music, and that's his job. So just, Marilyn Manson, stick to your music. Don't tell me don't tell the public. Don't tweet. You're not a politician. Your opinion doesn't matter. You're not in charge of public policy. And when I'm going to go back to Jimmy Kimmel here for a second. I'm going to go back to talk show hosts, because those are the people who this is meant for. I actually like Marilyn Manson's music. I actually think Marilyn Manson might even have some good opinions to say, but nonetheless, he's a celebrity. We don't want his opinion. Say, fucking Mr. Tom Cruise, fucking Mr. Insert celebrity here. We don't want to hear about what you think about the dirty people at the fucking convenience store that you had to go to because you needed to use the bathroom and you need to walk into the public domain for a second there. Just so that because you had to step out of your limo for a second, and you had to go walk past some normal people for a second. You have a story, Mr. Jimmy Kimmel, to go tell your other rich people on your yacht about the time that you walked by a person who works at a damn convenience store. We understand, Mr. Jimmy Kimmel, that you haven't seen a fucking person who works at a convenience store in 15 years because you refuse to go in them, probably because you get shouted down by average thinking people who see the trash that you're putting out on your cable TV broadcasts, Mr. Jimmy Kimmel. They see the goddamn Jimmy Kimmel's always watching. Jimmy Kimmel's my number one viewer. The Jimmy Kimmel fucking Eye of Sauron fucking AI bot that just roves through the internet. Every single internet influencer that you've seen getting banned is because the Eye of Sauron fucking Jimmy Kimmel said it would be so. It's a phone call that happens behind the scenes, and it's done behind closed doors. But more importantly, we need to reject these systems. We need to reject these celebrities with these fake Twitter accounts, with these fake followers on Twitter, with these fake verification badges, this fake priority status, disseminating this dog shit ideology in this bullshit worldview that has no place for anybody. And it starts there. Honestly, this is where it starts. We reject the celebrities, right? And then we reject the ideology that these disconnected figureheads are trying to put on us. So we start there, and then you have to take it to the workplace. I don't want to, if you guys have a boss, don't listen to your boss, bro. Don't be friends with your boss. Stop being friends with your boss who push the same exact worldviews that are being pushed by Jimmy Kimmel. Don't allow your boss to have friends. Make it difficult for these people who are managers and stuff to be treated as human beings. You know, be polite, but you should always have a tinge of sarcasm when you're dealing with these people because they're less than human and they're, and what they're doing to the average person by just simply operating the way that they are and trying to put forward their worldview on the average person is truly bad. They're truly bad for it's truly bad for humanity. And I'm saying that this as a friend. I'm saying this like you should get along with your boss. You should do a really good job. You should be a really good employee, and you should make a lot of money for the company that you work for. And hopefully, you choose a company to work for that is working towards a good purpose. And if it's a company that's got noble ambitions, and I understand they're few and far in between and hard to find, but if you work for a company and you're doing a job, regardless of what that job is, try to do it good. Be the best employee that you have, but don't be friends with your boss, and show them that thinking people who are working hard and productive are not going to stand for the sort of bullshit ideological conventions that are pushed by the Jimmy Kimmel worldview, by these corrupt people who are just mouthpieces of an ideology that seeks to put people into pods, that seeks to have people in debt, that seeks to have you lose money at a casino, get drunk, have a divorce, use Tinder. They're trying to push this non-human bullshit on people because it makes them easier to control. Delete Tinder. I'm going to make a video about deleting Tinder very soon as well. But for now, this video is titled Do Not Listen to Celebrities. Don't listen to celebrities because all celebrities are meant to do is sell you products. Celebrities are human beings who have sold themselves out into being ads. When you see a celebrity trying to be cool, what you need to think is that's an advertisement. No longer, no, that's old, that's done. We don't look up to celebrities anymore. This generation is done looking up to celebrities. This generation can't afford to look up to celebrities. This generation can't afford fucking food at the grocery store, let alone to listen to fucking Jimmy Kimmel talk about what we should be thinking. Jimmy Kimmel, who fucking, prioritizes what the average person's talking about around the water cooler at work. Jimmy Kimmel's going to walk up to him and be like, you're not having the wrong fucking opinions here now, are you, kids? He walks over to us thinking that like the internet is the kids table, and he's sitting on his fucking Death Star with all of his fake views and his fake followers. We see right through you, Jimmy Kimmel. You're not cool. There's nothing cool about being a talk show host in 2020. We like Alex Jones, Jimmy Kimmel. We like Alex Jones, Jimmy Kimmel. We're fucking fans of Alex Jones, Jimmy Kimmel. It would fuck Alex Jones too. I mean, I love Alex Jones, but I'm saying like Alex Jones isn't the end all be all. Alex Jones is in the same category as Tom Cruise, I think. I'd like to be friends with Alex Jones, but at the same time, and same thing with like someone like, Tucker Carlson or whatever, fucking who's that other guy who they always pushed? Is that freaking stupid guy who's in that movie Get Him with the Greek? What the fuck is Russell Brand, bro? Fuck Russell Brand especially, bro. Like same thing with him though. I wouldn't mind meeting him. I think he's a cool dude, but I don't think anybody should be listening to Russell Brand for the same reason as you shouldn't be listening or idolizing any celebrity across the board. It's a bad idea and it's vapid, So we need to normalize getting angry at these celebrities for telling normal people what to think. And, honestly, I got to give credit to Russell Brand, though, for putting out the information that he does. In a way, I think he's controlled opposition because, anybody who's a priority creator, I don't really trust. And anybody who's like been in movies and been around the Hollywood system, I'm sure, there's probably some really bad skeletons in those people's, those people's closets. But, so I kind of get like a weird feeling when I see someone like Russell Brand. But at the same time, Russell Brand, you've been in movies. You're a fucking celebrity. We don't give a shit about your opinion, and we don't want to hear it. And in fact, we're angry at you for you telling us what your opinion is. We are the masses. We're the proletariats. We're the lower class. We're the 99%. We have our own opinions. We don't want to hear what a 1%er has to say about the average life of the average Joe. We take pride in the fact that we're nobodies. We take pride in the fact that we haven't sold our souls, because we understand you have fake followers and you have a fake facade that's put on for fake people, and it doesn't matter to us. It doesn't matter to us one bit, because you know what we do? We look up to fucking we look up to people who are like electricians. You know, we really you know, that's what we do. We idolize electricians. You know, you idolize plumbers. You know, we look up to construction workers. You know, we look up to good fathers. You know, we respect good fathers. That's honestly what I say. I don't care how many followers you have on TikTok, Jimmy Kimmel. I respect good fathers. I respect a fucking mother and a father who've had a good, you know, good career, and they have a respectable family. That's who we respect, Jimmy Kimmel. We're a fucking new generation here, and we don't have to stand these old models of celebrity and all this bullshit that they try to perpetrate on humanity. We don't give a shit about Taylor Swift. We don't give a shit about Lady Gaga or their opinions. Maybe their music's nice. It could play in the background when we're shopping at the grocery store. That belongs to the people. It belongs to the average person who has a family, who's just trying to get along with their day without being told what to think by Jimmy Kimmel. And it should make you very angry to think that someone like Jimmy Kimmel is put on television, and it should be seen, and it should not be taken seriously. And you should honestly think the exact opposite of everything that a talk show host tries to make you think. You should listen to them with a very, very big grain of salt that's spiteful. And in fact, it seeks to do the opposite and have the exact opposite worldview of what a talk show host tries to seek to have you fit into some sort of box and laugh at the jokes that fake laugh. They try to have you fake laugh at a guy who has fake followers, who has fake views, who has a fake studio audience with a fake shit. It's like a fucking sitcom that they're trying to pass off as being real. And there's nothing authentic about it. There's nothing organic about it. There's nothing that the community or the public opinion has decided that, you know, nobody agrees that Jimmy Kimmel should be on the air. You know, nobody likes Jimmy Kimmel. Nobody likes fucking Stephen Colbert. You know, these people are put on the air by the networks that own the companies for the sole purpose of giving a mouthpiece to horrible ideas, in the full knowledge that people who are just dumb, the television audience, are going to be force-fed this propaganda from these nonsensical dog shit fucking figureheads who, you know, I don't think that there's a single person out there who disagrees with what I'm saying here. I don't think that there's a single person out there. I mean, you know, if you're a fan of Jimmy Kimmel, then fine. You know, I already controlled for that sort of objection. You know, that's sort of what I was saying earlier about like the Tom Cruise sort of example. It's like, all right, you know, yeah, maybe you do like Jimmy Kimmel, or maybe you think that he's funny sometimes. That's perfectly fine, but don't allow that to distract you from the point that he's not a human being and that he's just an AI generated fucking just, you know, he's not a real person, dude. It's CGI. I don't know if you've ever seen The Lord of the Rings, but for those of you who think that Jimmy Kimmel is real, bro, you need to watch The Lord of the Rings again, because they could make it look like the damn armies of Mordor are marching at the plains of Minas Tirith at Pelennor Fields, bro. They could easily make it so that there's a goddamn talk show host who's been dead for 6 years, who's sitting on your TV trying to tell you and your brain dead family what to think. Cut the cable, get it. But, you know, honestly, then it runs into another problem. Cutting the cable, you know, I honestly wouldn't even cancel the cable, because the cable is all right. You know, you don't want to go full Alex Jones mode. You don't want to have fucking InfoWars and all that dog shit. You know, and then honestly, you're going to be throwing yourself from out of the fire into the skillet. You know, when you cut the cable, because then what are you going to do? You're going to have your family watch streaming services. Oh, wow, that's a really great idea. They could, you know, you could have your family watch the most up-to-date propaganda that's available on streaming services. Oh, sure, yeah, those are going to be some really good celebrities and stuff like that. Now, maybe read a book. Maybe people should start just reading books again. I mean, I don't know to what degree it's actually financially possible for people to disconnect themselves from the fucking womp fucking frequency bandwidth fucking corrupted ideology of people like Jimmy Kimmel, and, you know, and that sort of talk show fucking Walmart, you know, mass produced opinion sort of bullshit that the average person gets force fed. But I don't know. I think in a certain way, I think the talk show format will be canceled when the boomers stop watching TV. You know, when the boomers age out and are all in. I think that Jimmy Kimmel and all them are going to get one last breath. They're going to get one last swan song when all the boomers go to what's it called? When all the boomers are in nursing homes in the next 10 years, I think Jimmy Kimmel and all them, all their ratings will go up. But the good news is that those are just going to be nursing homes with TVs that are just sort of on while all the boomers are on life support. And they're all going to be watching, Jimmy Kimmel and just sort of vegging out in front of the TV, and then that'll be the end of it. And then at that point, it's up to us to honestly create peer-to-peer systems on the internet and create, discords and stuff like that, where we could share around information that will help us sort of have a last vestige of culture, some sort of semblance of a cohesive internet culture, where we can reject the celebrities and not be freaking just whipped around like a dog who's trying to hang on to a squeaky toy while its master's whipping it around. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's what is it called? It's carrot and stick. It's a good old fashioned carrot and stick mentality that's going on right now, that we're seeing happening behind the scenes with a lot of these different figures. Really bad actors. Jimmy Kimmel is a really corrupt, messed up person, and he thinks he's better than everybody else. Watch out, because Jimmy Kimmel is always watching. And Jimmy Fallon, man, that guy's even worse, bro, because he's less spiteful. Who else is really bad? H3H3. H3H3, remember him, the has-been YouTuber who got kicked off of Twitter for making a bad joke to Papa Elon? H3H3 is a total fucking horrible human being. Remember H3H3, dude? That guy sucks. That guy has some real hate in his heart. If I met fucking H3H3, dude, I'd be like, bro, you suck. I would be like, bro, I don't even give a shit, because I know that H3H3 has the exact same fan base as Jimmy Kimmel. It's just the YouTube version of the cable audience. It's the lowest IQ fucking like basic, just basic cable package, default mode, fucking factory settings opinion that a human being has. And, those are the type of people who are all going to be getting the brain chip pretty soon. Those sort of factory settings, assembly line people are all doomed to suggestion from the power elite, who are basically going to whip them around like, while they're trying to bite onto that squeaky toy. All the different systems that used to serve people, the roads and the owning your own car, being able to do your own oil change. Well, they've got planned obsolescence in place to fix all that stuff now, don't they? I'm pretty sure that the future that they have in store for the greater humanity involves giving people technology that will solve their problems, and then sort of rug pulling that technology so that they could have, people will be more dependent on the system. So basically, they're giving people a taste of how the smartphone and the social media and all these different things can make it possible for some people to have financial liberation and break out of the matrix and so forth. But at the end of the day, the real downward spiral that's facing humanity right now is, really the fact that the automation and the fact that things are so easy now for people really represents a deterioration in the very near future for humanity of the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is really one of those parts of the brain that people aren't using anymore. And generation to generation, the prefrontal cortex will slowly deteriorate if people don't go out of their way and do something that might seem a little bit difficult. The fact of the matter is that the technology that's available for the average person right now makes it easy for people to just be lazy or whatever and do what they want. But there's a bigger problem that's unfolding in the background of all that, and that's the deterioration of basic human functions of the brain that are really under chemical attack. And it's in the best interests of the power elite to really sort of push these systems forward, subjecting people to more sugar, allowing people to have the tools to overconsume themselves into non-existence. Is a very profitable thing. And it's a system that's already in place, and it's very easy to continue that system. So, we're at sort of a weird, crossroads in history, which I think represents speciation
Now, if you're not familiar with the term speciation, here's a recap, a reminder for those of you who took biology class and might have forgotten it. Speciation, we split from the chimpanzee X amount of years ago, millions and millions of years ago. The human being evolved from the ancestor of the chimpanzee and the human being share a common ancestor. Evolution makes sense to me. That makes sense. I think that there was that a long time ago, an organism branched off and then was a different organism. We could see evolution in canines. People breed two dogs together and then it becomes a different dog. Well, that's happening right now on a large scale with all of humanity. Everybody essentially is at a point right now where you need to make a decision as to what sort of human are you going to evolve into, or how unrecognizably non-human are you going to allow yourself and your genetic lineage to become as the next areas of this progression are going to move forward. Because believe me, the tools are going to be in place for you to completely abandon personhood. And for anybody who wants to completely just opt out of being a human and becoming a robot, well, the option's always been there. But now, for those of you who are really into that sort of thing, well, hey, all the tools are readily available for you. And pretty soon you're going to be able to line right up for Elon Musk's Neuralink. And you're going to be able to line right up for all those different systems, probably up to and including cybernetic implants. And you're going to look like the literal Borg from Star Trek. Just Google the BORG from Star Trek, and you'll see the nightmare version of all these different consequences of people not being responsible for the decisions that they're going to make. Sleeping people don't say no. They just kind of go, you ever try to talk to a sleeping person? It's not as if they're giving you a yes or a no answer. And that's honestly the future that we have in store for a lot of these people who are just too lazy to make up their own opinions. People who are just a little bit too lazy to come up with their own thoughts and opinions on any given topic. So that's another homework assignment if you don't want to turn into a machine. Just come up with an opinion on any topic. Just search a topic and come up with some dog shit opinion on it. And just start having opinions. Maybe if they're different from other things, whatever. Just use that prefrontal cortex to try to come up with opinions and do things that are a little bit hard. If it's cold at night, don't use an electric blanket. Maybe you should be a little bit cold. Maybe you should, pile on sweatshirts and maybe you have to cuddle next to the person next to you. Or maybe the fact that there isn't a person next to you means that you're just a shitty human being. Maybe the fact that you need an electric blanket is a symptom of a larger problem. I guess if you live in Alaska and you require an electric blanket not to sleep and not to freeze to death, then hey, by all means, you win that one. You get a pass there. You use that electric blanket. If it's a matter of survival, that's nothing. That doesn't have to do with this example that I'm giving you right here. But what I'm saying, the general sentiment, the general tune of what I'm saying here is that you need to do hard things, or else those parts of your brain aren't going to properly develop. And this goes double for everybody who knows a millennial or somebody who knows somebody younger than them who isn't capable of doing an oil change, or who doesn't, even if they don't own a car, they should know how to do an oil change. Just because if they don't ever learn, they'll never learn. And if human beings don't do these things, then that part of the brain will slowly deteriorate over time. We'll evolve into cyborg people. And I'd like to see small pockets of humanity survive. Because I understand that the bulk population of a lot of people around the world are just going to go with the flow, and they're all going to become robots in a couple of years. And we're all going to be looking around saying, what happened? We're all going to be like, people didn't say no. That's what we're going to say. We're going to be like, people just took the brain chip. People just replaced their arm with cybernetic arm. And then, hopefully we're not looking around and going, where are the regular people? Where are the normal human beings? I think that has to do in a lot of ways with the deterioration that we're seeing in terms of the culture. The culture is currently deteriorating. If you can't notice, there is no substance. When was the last time we saw like a movie, like a Charlton Heston level movie, like a 10 Commandments come out, or like a, Planet of the Apes, Charlton Heston original? When was the last time you saw a real good piece of movies? I think it was like the late 1990s or the early 2000s. And then since then you get like one good movie a year. The culture is gone.
The music is vapid. It's AI produced. It's all AI generated. And the people are going to be AI generated too, because the AI is trying to get inside of you. And that's what's happening right now. They're deteriorating the basic fundamental substance of what makes us human. And in its place, they're implementing these non-human systems. They want people to be chasing after the dopamine hits that they get from the social media apps that they use on a daily basis. And it works. And soon what they're going to do is they're going to implement the cryptocurrency thing, and they're going to overlay it onto this already existing system that people are completely at the behest of. People are completely at the behest of these social media algorithms and the fear of getting banned, the fear of getting canceled on a level now before unimaginable. The level to which the system could strike down the average person with a bolt of lightning and cancel their banking, cancel their social media accounts, and ostracize them within their community. It's remarkable. And it sucks because people don't even know each other, because what sort of person even is there to know? It's like, sure, you made a mistake and you got yourself canceled and you lost your bank account, and now everybody turned their back on you. But what kind of person were you anyway? What sort of maybe you're not a person worth saving. Because when it happens to an A-list celebrity, they get their bank account shut off for saying the wrong thing or whatever. And this is going to be a more common practice for the average person. Is now that it's been done to the average celebrity, that technology has been deployed. Now, it is very, very possible for somebody to, for the average person to just have it so that they can't get into their Tesla. What happens when, you said the wrong thing in a bar and then you're trying to get into your Tesla, but the door won't open because Elon doesn't like you and he won't let you drive. What if it was an emergency and then they won't let you charge your Tesla? Maybe it's not even like a direct punishment. Maybe it's just like they shut your Tesla battery off and you have to go through the headache of that's all the problems that are going to come into place. It could even be more simple than that. They could just shut your system off. They control the program that controls your self-driving car, man. So like, it's not hard for, the systems of control to exert themselves in a million ways that you could imagine. And if you just run your imagination for a second, then you'll see, you'll see exactly what I mean. And so that's why I say fuck celebrities. That's why I say fuck Jimmy Kimmel, because they're profiteers off of this fallen system, and they're all getting paid in the back end to perpetrate these horrible, horrible ideas, which will disseminate you and your family into madness if you let it. If you don't say no at any point, then people like Jimmy Kimmel will whip you around just the same way I said that dog with the the dog with the squeaky toy analogy. They'll make you jump through hoops that you never thought you would just to satisfy Jimmy Kimmel's opinion, man. And I feel bad for that. And I have no respect for anybody who subjects themselves, to trying to fit the Jimmy Kimmel model. Yeah, here we go, Jimmy Kimmel again, because that's where it all starts and finishes. You know what I mean? I have a map of the world right here. And I mean, not a map of the world, but it's a layout of the internet, and it's every search term on the internet, and all roads lead back to Jimmy Kimmel. He was on the Man Show with Joe Rogan. Jimmy Kimmel was, he's a fan of Joe Rogan, who's connected to Alex Jones, who's connected to the entire intellectual dark web. It all goes back to the career of Jimmy Kimmel, and he's the guy who's on TV right now, pushing the narrative of like the most ridiculous dog shit way of viewing the world. So when Jimmy Kimmel tries to tell you what to think, make sure that you get mad. You got to get mad, guys. You got to get mad at Jimmy Kimmel when he's trying to tell you what to think. Don't listen to Jimmy Kimmel. I'm telling you guys, for your own good, so you don't become a robot, so that you don't become a literal cyborg and fall victim to the suggestions of the evil empire. The fucking evil empire is real, and Darth Vader wants you to listen to Jimmy Kimmel so that you don't learn how to use your force powers. Jimmy Kimmel is a misinformation campaign designed to rob the Jedi of the sacred knowledge of the secret Jedi temple. And I have no sympathy for people who hear my word here, who hear my warning about these talk show hosts or anything for that matter regarding celebrity opinions, because it's something that because they're just people like you and me. In fact, they're less than that. So I don't know. You guys got a good half an hour out of me so far. But I'll say it again, Fuck celebrities. Don't be friends with your boss. Think for yourself. You need to question everything. And yeah, that's about it. I'm a celebrity, so don't even listen to this.